lot of y'all are thinking when y'all are looking up here and you see me, you're like, look, that guy's a fat guy, and he's a comedian. And you know what they say about us more heavy gentlemen? They usually say that us fatter comedians are usually some of the funnier guys. But I am here tonight to beat the fuck out of that stereotype. So, I had my friend come in here maybe an hour or two ago and release a bunch of crickets all throughout the room. That way when I bomb on a joke, you can just hear the crickets chirping. Hold on, wait a minute, I just got a fucking text. I tell them not to do this one. Oh, it's my friend, that the one I was telling you about with the crickets. He sent me a text, said, hey, I put the crickets loose. But the fucking silly bastard, he can't spell. He spelled crickets S-P-I-D-E-R-S. I couldn't read his text in there for a minute. Now, I know y'all probably going to think I'm unprepared, but I have a few jokes written down here. They're new ones. I haven't had time to rehearse them, but I want to read them off to you. So I was walking in... The fuck was I saying? I was walking to Walmart the other day and I ran into an old guy from high school. You know, I feel fucking silly. I wrote down all these jokes for you, but I can't read them. My handwriting's so fucking terrible. Yeah, I see you smiling. Keep smiling. I wrote this nice set of jokes that I can't read to you because I got the handwriting of a fucking 2-year-old. Here you go. Here, try to figure that shit out. Yeah. But no, my handwriting is so bad. I went in for a job interview the other day. And the guy was looking over my application and he said, wow, Mr. Eichenberg, we didn't know you could write in Arabic. And I was like, that's not Arabic, you fucking dick. That's my address. You know, the handwriting's not the only thing that's bad about me. I'll go into that some more in a second. Because a while back ago, I was on a date with, well, she's my ex-girlfriend now, but that was a long time ago. But we went out to eat somewhere, and it was storming, and it was the only place that was open. So I went in to use the bathroom, and as soon as I went in there to pull down my pants to use the bathroom, the fucking lights go out. And I was like, have I gotten that bad? Do I look so fucking terrible naked that not even God wants to see me naked anymore? I was like, come on, God, you're the one that made me like food so much. What the fuck's your problem, dude? But no, I decided, I've been short on cash lately, so I've been deciding to become a stripper. But not your conventional stripper. I want to come out on stage completely naked, do my dancing around. The more money they throw up on stage, the more clothes I put back on. If someone throws $100 bill on stage, I will pray to God for the lights to go out. But yeah, needless to say, my dating life hasn't been too good. It's gotten so bad that I've been telling my friends, if I ever die from excessive masturbation, I want my cause of death to be listed as multiple strokes. Now, I've been trying out some dating sites lately also. Have y'all heard of that plentyoffish.com? I know some of y'all may be on that shit. I don't know. Well, I got to thinking, you know, that would be the perfect dating site for Aquaman. You know, now that's wrong of me to say. I'm pretty sure Aquaman has no problem finding fish to have sex with. Now, another one I looked into was at farmersonly.com. Y'all know that website? You know, you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Well, there was no fucking way in hell I was going to take that site seriously. So I started a profile as a sheep. Now, I think the moderators are starting to catch on to me and they're about to take it down. But on a positive note, I have 3 dates lined up for next week. Now, you see, that's the problem I've been having lately, okay? I write these decent jokes, and then they always take a turn into bestiality. Like, let me give you the example. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
A guy fucking a donkey. A guy fucking a donkey who just noticed you had a horse in the backyard. Now, people's been telling me lately that these bestiality jokes are kind of tasteless. But I know for a fact, because my cousin told me, even after he got done fucking a chicken, it still turned out pretty tasty. Now, have you ever heard that joke about how Mario is abusive to Yoshi?
No?
No? That's right, because Yoshi abuse is no joke. And for a low donation of only $5 a month, you can help liberate a Yoshi from this abusive Italian plumber owner. Alright, so I didn't want to do this, but I've been having some problems with someone lately. And usually I'm the kind of no-hate guy. I don't want to start any problems with anybody, but this has just gotten too out of hand. I'm about to call somebody out, so you're about to witness history.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say it right now, fuck McGilla Gorilla. He's been going around, walking around with suspenders and a little hat, thanking these people, ruining Mr. People's business. He's losing money on that motherfucker. Why would anybody want a gorilla as a pet? But, nah, I don't hate McGilla Gorilla. I grew up watching him and a lot of other Hanna-Barbera cartoons. So y'all know like Yogi the Bear? Hey, let's get a picnic basket. Now, something I've noticed by watching them is that they walk around with their hands, they're always got their hands to their side all crinkled up like that. And I was like, why the fuck do they always look like that? Was Hanna and Barbera just too lazy, or did they just not know how to draw hands? Because if they don't know how to draw hands, I can understand that. That makes sense. Because I'm not good at drawing hands either. Whenever I draw hands, I usually draw them with their hands behind their back because I can't draw them. But whenever I do have to draw someone's hands in front of them, they're usually fisted up because I can't draw the fingers and shit. That's just too much for me. But the only problem with that is that whenever it's balled up in a fist, it usually turns out looking like a penis. and it doesn't help the fact that the elbows usually look like a nutsack. Now, the dilemma that I ran into was my little sister, she came up to me and she said, hey, I got this project that I need to do where I need to draw a picture of Abraham Lincoln. And I was like, okay. She's like, can you help with that? I was like, yeah, sure. Can I draw him with his hands behind his back? She's like, no, you got to see his hands. So I was like, okay. So I drew him, and I drew him like I was describing. So a couple of weeks later, I get called into the fucking school, and they said, hey, was that you that drew Abraham Lincoln with dick for hands? And I was like, yeah, that was me. And at that point, I was starting to get worried. I was like, man, I hope that's not what she thinks I think dicks look like. She's like, well, what if I drew that based off of my dick? What if she's thinking that? But no. What she doesn't know, if I was drawing that based on my dick, Abraham Lincoln would look like a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, alright, so I think I'm going to close with a song for you here. Woo! How many of y'all like to get high?
I like to get high. You?
No way. Well, I kind of like it, but I'd much rather prefer eating some pie. So I got a song, and it may be to the tune of something you heard before, so if you know it, sing along. And if it sounds like I'm ripping off Afro Man, it's probably because I am, but please don't tell him. I've seen how hard that motherfucker can hit. I want no part of that shit. Alright, so here we go. I was going to eat some cake, but then I ate pie. I was going to eat some pudding too, but then I ate pie. Now I'm really fat, and I know why.
Why, man?
Because I ate pie, because I ate pie, because I ate pie.
Woo!
Thank you.